After the 2016 election, one of the things I started to hear in the BJ community was a sense that people were feeling that they lived very much in ideological bubbles. And there wasn't really an opportunity to learn or exchange ideas with folks who saw the world differently from us, but that there was a real desire to do that. So the idea for Bridging the Gap came out of this desire that many people in this community had.
We picked the Michigan Corrections Organization to work with and a group from Michigan because in a way it couldn't get much different.
The expectations I had going into this I felt would be kind of confrontational, being that we're different sides of the table with multiple issues.
I think because of the extremes that have developed in the country in the last year or so, I was very nervous about whether I would be able to talk to them and we would have anything in common.
We wanted to prove for ourselves and for each other that there was a lot in common despite those vast differences, and that by highlighting the differences in a respectful, relationship-oriented kind of framework, that we could learn from those differences and actually grow stronger by understanding the ways that we are different. So my goal isn't to win the argument, it's to learn their 5 best reasons for why they think what they think.
It's the idea that if you restrict one thing, then it's a slippery slope, and the next thing that's going to happen is that all of it.
We had issues with safety and security, things that had happened to folks in the community, that we argued we are trained for 40 hours on how to use these things, how to use guns.
Most people I know are not saying nobody should have guns and we should take them all away.
It's kind of like you take care of your family, you protect them, and then you go to the community.
There's a very, I think, deep spiritual value in encountering people who are different or people with whom we think we disagree, to encounter the other. You might actually discover something that is going to unsettle you, that is going to destroy an image that you've made of the other that is very useful to you.
We went with a lot of curiosity. What's the impact of the work on you as an individual? What do you see as the challenges in the criminal justice system? What would your approach be to the questions of reform?
When they're amped up and they're mad, it might not even be mad at you, it might have been another prisoner, and you're trying to de-escalate the situation, and that could easily go out of control, just saying one wrong thing.
There's a persona of toughness, where I'm tough, I'm not, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm a correction officer. And that takes a toll on you. That kind of an attitude takes a toll on you.
They're not free when they go home. They get to leave, but I don't get a sense of freedom.
In addition to this being a very impactful and transformative experience on the personal level for all of the individuals who were part of the exchange, we've also begun to think about how we are taking this experience and allowing it to have impact on the larger scale, on the political level. And we set up a meeting with Congressman Jerry Nadler to talk about what we had learned from our experience in Michigan and how it might impact the debate at the federal level.
I thought we were going to meet some nice people with whom we had profound disagreements, but actually going there and being able to see them in their own context, understand about their lives and their work and their families, their fears, their dreams. I don't use this word lightly, but it was transformative.
They're not against what I believe in. They just basically were curious and wanted to learn more about it just as much as I want to learn more about them.
It's been great to have the opportunity to have really honest conversations about difficult topics and still be able to have dialogues. And I think there have been a lot more areas of commonality than differences between us. And that's felt reassuring and very positive.
Social change work is also about changing ourselves and changing the way that we engage with people who are different from us. So I'm very proud that BJ is a leader in this.
That's a congregation that really takes seriously its spiritual journey as part of its politics. And because of that, they're forging new solutions and new relationships and new partnerships. And that's allowing us to make the kind of lasting change that our city and our country so desperately needs.